What's happening, folks? Welcome back to Celtic Fans TV. We're here inside the Santiago Bernabeu. I've got Callum with me to quickly preview the game. Hopefully we don't get chucked out of here, Callum, while we're filming this. But we're in Madrid. You were here last night. We just got in for Lisbon late last night. What a place, isn't it?
Magical. That's the word. That is a magical place. I wish that I had a ticket and going to the game. Sadly, I don't.
It's time yet, mate.
Exactly, but like many fans. But the weather's lovely, stadium's cracking. What a pitch to play on, and hopefully that's the feeling that the Celtic players will have tonight. That they're going into this, and as soon as they arrive and see this place, the magnitude of the stadium, the stature and the history, we need to raise our levels massively. We do. We need to really raise them and try and get a result here. It's going to be extremely hard.
Difficult.
I understand that, especially without Carter Vickers. But we go for it. We need to be brave.
There's a wee rendition of "We Shall Not Be Moved" in the background. I don't know if that's in reference to Celtic's league position or the fact that they're not wanting moved for that seat in time for the game later on. As you say, it's going to be a tall order for the players. You see the scale of this place, how steep it is, 4 tiers up. And you imagine the pressure on the players playing in front of that cauldron tonight. I mean, it's going to be a tall order. As you say, without Carter Vickers, I don't know if Welsh is even fit yet. Him and Starfield have only just come back into training. That's going to be a tough one for Ange Postecoglou in the situation at centre-half. I
really don't know what he's going to do with that situation if Welsh isn't fit, because he didn't even make the squad, did he, in the last game at Livingston? He didn't make it, so that's a worry. Is he going to maybe put Starfield back in too early and risk him again? Maybe his hands are tied, because I don't really see him putting Abelgard in there and playing him. You can't do that at the Bernabeu. It's not going to happen against this quality. Real Madrid are probably going to go pretty much as strong as they possibly can, I would imagine. Maybe without Benzema, they'll go.
They've still got the group to win, haven't they?
Exactly. They'll maybe put Rodrigo through the middle over Benzema, but they still have Vinicius on the left. Valverde's an absolute fire. Hopefully he's benched because he's frightening. Toni Kroos, Modric, you could go on. So it's going to be a tall order. Celtic have to start the game well. They have to be brave on the ball. Try and not concede that early goal that so many teams come here and they do. They concede that goal and it can be too much for you. It's an intimidating place, to be fair.
It's intimidating, empty.
I could imagine what it's like, mate, when it's full. The atmosphere would be incredible. So Celtic need to be brave tonight. I keep saying that word, but they really do. They need to show that they belong at this level. And I know Real Madrid are miles ahead of us. Give us a performance tonight. That's really what I asked for.
I was saying yesterday in the starting 11 prediction, we haven't even outclassed for 90 minutes at any time in this group stage. So I think if we can keep that intact coming out of this game tonight, and as long as we don't get absolutely outplayed and it ends up a cricket score, then we'll still have a bit of credibility. In terms of us trying to hurt Real Madrid, would you think Ange will do with the front three tonight? Lots of options in that area of the pitch.
I think I would probably agree with yourself in your video saying I think he's probably going to go Jota right, Haksabanovic left. I think they are more dangerous players. Abada's hot and cold at times. I love him, very good player, but he could freeze at this stage. I think Jota and Haksabanovic, it comes to them, they're more of our flair players, our tricky players. Abada's more somebody direct that will run with the ball. Same with James Forrest. I think he'll go with Kyogo through the middle as well. I know he's lacking on confidence. I think he will go with Kyogo.
Good goal at the weekend though.
Oh, aye, really good. But I think he'll go for the pace to try and get in behind Real Madrid. It's a big pitch. We can see how big it is, mate. It's massive. And I can just see it makes me feel tired looking at it. I think that running, Hatate is going to need to put in a shift tonight because that's going to be extremely tough, mate. Aye, so I think he'll go with Jota on the right, Haksabanovic left, Kyogo through the middle. Your three in midfield are probably going to be the same. It's going to be O'Reilly. Does Moy play?
Probably.
I
can't see what else he'll do in midfield.
He probably does, and obviously he's going to play Hatate.
I think Turnbull's probably the only other option. I don't see him going with O'Reilly, Hatate and Turnbull. I think that's like 3 attackers basically.
I would maybe say that Moy also is more up to speed than Turnbull is as well. And
more experienced.
He's good in the ball, mate. He's had so many games at the Premier League level, so obviously that's going to be an extremely high level, so hopefully his experience can help us in the middle of that park.
We're obviously going to finish bottom of the group. There's not a lot for us to play for tonight other than pride, really. If we can get a credible performance tonight, how do you, obviously we talked last week about what you've thought of the group and in terms of Shakhtar last week and stuff, but how do you come out of the group and move forward? Obviously we need to put Europe to bed now and come back to it next season, hopefully again in the Champions League if we can secure qualification, but how you look back on
it? I look back on it as it's a jigsaw. This tournament is a jigsaw and we're at the first puzzle, we're at the first piece of putting that jigsaw together. Andrew spoke about that. at the start of this campaign before a ball was kicked, he says, look, we'll try and we'll do our best. We'll play the football that we believe that will win us matches in the right way, in his philosophy. And we've all loved it. We haven't got the results to match the enthusiasm and what as fans as we've brought to the game, especially at home games, also away as well. I think that I think that you need maybe a performance. I don't see Celtic winning the game tonight, I really don't, and I think it's hard even getting a draw as well, because there's something for Real Madrid at the end of this. They have to win to top the group, so I understand that, so they're probably going to win the game.
Well, that's not two best players.
Aye, exactly, and Callum McGregor's he's massive. Callum McGregor's massive, Carter Vickers is massive, but this is also time for somebody else to step up and show that they belong at this level in Europe. But it's the first piece of the puzzle. We go back in January, we're already apparently signing a centre-back. He's finding those other little gems to then put in and make that puzzle a little bit bigger, and hopefully we've got a better picture. What I'm trying to get to is a better picture by next time that we're in the Champions League. We're much better, we're picking up more points, and we're getting out either in third or second spot, whatever the group would look like next year, if we get that.
Aye, it's all about progression, isn't it? And a lot of these players have never been exposed to Champions League level, and they're so young across the team. We're so inexperienced, really. Like guys like Hatate, 23, 24. That's the case across a lot of areas in the pitch. So it's about coming back next season, more experienced, more mentally prepared, because they've seen it now. They know what it's like, and hopefully, even if we can replicate some of the performances for this group stage, but we're in a better position next season in terms of converting the chances, in terms of the players having more belief and having more confidence, particularly attacking wise, to put the chances away. Then you've got to fancy us to be able to get more points, obviously depending on a draw, whoever we get in the group, but it's about progression, and that's what Andrew's talked about, and that's how we need to go forward next season, isn't it?
Mate, 100% echo those words. Also tonight, I think that's riding on this is maybe Kyogo and Hatate that never get picked for the World Cup squad with Japan. Is maybe this is their motivation that they need, because they don't feel like players that will sulk. I don't see Japanese players sulking. I see them going, "I'll show you why you should have took me." Hopefully we get big performances, and maybe it changes the manager's mind, going, what have I just done? So maybe that's a motivation for the players tonight as well. But yeah, it's all about that progression, and there's no football club out in the world that can just click their fingers and get what they want. It takes time. You have to build it. You can look across the board. Look at Arsenal, for example. They went and got Kieran Tierney and built them slowly, and they've done it with quite a lot of players, young players, as you said. We're doing the same. We've got a lot of young players, 22, 23s, 24s. Like your Abadas in the world's only 20, so they are very young. This is invaluable experience that this is great for, what we need. And this is the toughest venue you'll ever go to in Europe, in my opinion anyway. I don't think you'll go anywhere harder in world football as Real Madrid. This is it. So give us a good performance, Celtic. That's all I ask for. Be brave in the ball, and let's hope we do it, mate. Come on.
Let's hope.
Come on.
That's all we've got in it. Hope. There you go. That's it for a quick match preview here from inside the Santiago Bernabeu. Wherever you're watching the game tonight around the world, enjoy it. We'll be back for full-time reaction after the game. Cheers.